You're such an asshole.
Last video of the day here at assholeconsulting.com. You can get a hat like this at glorioushat.com. And then old sick Cappy is going to go finish working on his shed and then go to the gym, because that's what sick old middle-aged men do. Hi Cappy, Chris here. Quick bow. I'm 35 from Wolverhampton, England. Holy cow, that is the most British sounding name. Wolverhampton. Oh my goodness, yes. I don't know how you guys got you got this little puny island and there's like 40 different very distinct, unique accents. There's no blurring. You got the Cockney, what's his name? He's the guy that I want to be the James Bond dude. Because it'd be, if we're going to have a guy like Daniel Craig, Jason Statham. He'd be the coolest, most badass Bond, except for Sean Connery. Ever. Girlfriend of 10 years who I live with. I have a solid trade behind me as a painter and decorator, self-employed, and earn a decent wage and never struggle for work. I'm a down-to-earth chap who's very logical and self-sufficient. I have an IQ of around 125. All right. I like that you guys are providing me your IQs. It shows the raw ability that you have. It's good that you guys are out there getting that tested. My problem is 2 years ago I became a vegan after learning of the horrors surrounding the industrial animal farming agricultural war machine. Since then, I've explored many a spiritual path. This has led me to the world of energy healing alternative therapy, especially drawn to crystals. No, I know, I've had words with him. Now I'm torn. One half of me is very real-world, reality-based. I love self-sufficiency and prepping. The other half of me is drawn to the spiritual world of energy healing and crystals. I really want to delve deep into this, but I'm concerned about wasting my time I could otherwise spend doing real-world shit. Now, I'm a man of science and have researched quantum metaphysics, etc., which forms a scientific background for all these energy-based theories, so it's not all wishy-washy bullshit. There's a science behind crystals, too. The dream would be to become a master of this realm and use it to help other people. I would like to do it as business, too, though eventually. Your thoughts on which direction I should take would be most appreciated. I would like a video response, too. Kind regards, Chris. All right, well, I personally think it's bullshit. That's just my opinion. You've done more research, but based on the people I see going into this, it looks like bullshit. And what I see it more empirically being in the real world, this is outside of your personal research, and you can be 100% right, but it doesn't change the fact that the people that go into this are kind of fraudulent or fake or bullshit or not all there. Right? You are one of the few to actually have done research, who have convinced in his own mind. In other words, you're a real Christian in this regards. There are the real Christians and the fake ones. The fake ones, which account for about 95% of Christians, they do not attend church because they actually believe in Jesus being nailed to a plank of wood, and somehow that forgives them all their sins. They go there because that's what their parents did, that's what they did as children, and if they ever get to any kind of point of thinking about it, it's like, well, it's just good for the children. I think the vast majority of Christians don't believe a fucking word of it. They go there for the fellowship. They go there because they're bored. They go there because they can't look into the abyss and live in a world where there is no afterlife. And a lot of them go in there to meet somebody else. In other words, they go there for truly ulterior purposes and motives that have nothing to do with God. And that's the same thing here I see with this spiritual New Age crystal stuff. The vast majority of these people are losers who go in there, who are too smart to join a regular religion, but then they're going to go join this neo-religion, and they're using it as a substitute. In other words, they don't really believe in it. It's just something for them to belong to. It provides them agency. It provides them belonging. You are one of the few people that is a true believer. You've done your research, and that's all that matters. If you've done your research and you were convinced in your mind, that's fine. But trumping even all of the religious, philosophical, theoretical, theologic discussions, what trumps it all is whether or not you can make money on it. And that's where my more practical, gavel of the hammer comes down is, I don't care what you believe in. I don't even care if it's true or not. The point of that is moot. The question is, will you make money off of it? Okay? Now here, it depends, right? Right now, you got a great job, and you're presenting this to me as an if-or, like you have to do this. And if you go into spiritual healing and all this other stuff, then you can't do your interior decorating and construction. I think that's a false premise. I don't know why you couldn't do both, all right? So what I'm saying is do not give up your daytime gig, your daytime job. Do not give that up. You're making good money on it. That's putting the bread and butter. But if you want to pursue this, by all means, go ahead and do it. So I looked it up and I tried. Here's how. I know I was stupid. I tried to find the RMA data on crystal shops or alternative medicine or herbalist shops. It just doesn't exist. You got to pay. And I'm not going to go down to the freaking library to look it up because they probably don't even have RMA data. Which shows you industrially, like, what do people expect to make. But based on what I've seen when I've gone down to Florida and I look at these, the tarot card readers and the alternative shops, these are not highly profitable shops because, once again, they're being headed up by frauds and fraudulence. They're not headed up by true believers, let alone high IQ, business savvy, reality-based people. All right? So they're going in and out of business, and it looks like it's kind of a fad thing. And they cite one area in L.A., surprise, surprise, Hollywood, where somebody now has 3 whole crystal shops. Well, yippee fucking ding for them. That doesn't mean that this is going to be as good an investment as an oil platform in the Bakken oil field. So how do you, if you really want to get into this, I think you could do both, but it is contingent on you doing it wisely and prudently and safely. So, what I would do is, you say you want to become a master of this realm. I am afraid that, like yoga, there's a bunch of certifications that you got to pay for and go to schools for. I would kind of largely skip that, and I would see what there is that you can read and consume for free, or go down to the library, buy some books, and learn all you can about it. I don't care if you attend conferences or whatever. Do not pay some fucker who is not a true believer, who just is doing this to get by in a racket, like the where it was Cheech and Chong doing the natural herbal shop on South Park. All right, you don't want to be like, you don't want to take advice. You don't need their certification. You go and study and become a master of this all on your own. And then if you got to go get some bullshit certification, you can literally make up. Go ahead and make it up, or find somebody that'll give you one. All right, fine, get your certification. So it makes you a master, or whatever carries cachet or currency in this world of alternative medicine. Then you gotta either open up your own physical shop, which I don't like, because you have to buy a place, you have to rent it out, and then now you're dealing with people. Or a good intermediary step, special way to litmus test if this has got legs, and also to see if you further want to do it, and there's very low risk. You start selling this shit online. You go online. You go buy crystals. You do whatever it is you think is going to make them better, add gold, I don't know. Whatever it is, you'll find out your specialty. And you sell physical products online. The healing crystals, the herbs, the essential oils, whatever it is that you think that you're better at than the rest of these people, which I have no doubt you would be. I mean, I'm not talking down to you or like, oh, everything. No, because honestly, the fact that you live in the real world and you're not abusing this, this is like, it's like Chris Beckloff. Okay, Chris Beckloff curses up a storm. Better Christian than anyone I know, because he actually believes in it. Guy goes to church, all right? But he's not fake like all those. And he knows the Bible better than a lot of pastors. Better than a lot of these fucking fake Pharisees running around. You can be the same thing. So you will be successful because you'll run circles around these people, because you're going to have much better business acumen because you've lived and worked in the real world. So I think you could come in there and take this fucking market by storm. But before you do that, make sure you could do it, there's money to be had, and that you can do it, and that is by starting online and starting small. If that becomes very good, it's going to do several things. 1, it will test it. 2, it'll put some money in your pocket. 3, it'll start building up a reputation. Okay? Then maybe you write a book. I wouldn't even go. The last thing you're going to do is bricks and mortar, because that's expensive, and that's how you go belly up. The next thing you do is you write a book. Okay? Better book than any other tripe out there. A really good book. A book that would become the next Bible of the crystal healing community. Right? This not only that you could sell on Amazon, this will further build your cachet. Then you build a website, okay, that you'd already have, but your website would be more than just crystals and healings and all that. It'd be like this, and then you build a name. You put your name up there. I'm not going to mention your name, but you put your name or your stage name, whatever you want. Oh, that's so-and-so, yes. And then before you even set up a building, then you have conferences, and then you do seminars, and then you do retreats. You rent facilities, you charge it. And then, when you got 250,000 followers, and you are the hottie McDo, and you've established a reputation, this may take damn only 10 years. Then you build a facility, and by that time you may not want to. You may say, forget it, I'm just going to go and rent facilities, and da-da-da-da-da. Then you build your temple. Then you build a facility. And then people come there, and then you have acolytes and adjutants that can do your personal version of the crystal healing. And then you charge a fucking ass ton of money for rich fucking dipshit celebrities. And then here's the other thing. You're going to have to be prepared for this. The vast majority of your followers are not going to be true believers. Okay? Just like the church has 95% fake Christians, just like the mosque has basically a bunch of fucking sexually unsatisfied, angry young men of poverty, and they're just an excuse to go kill people. They aren't going to really believe it, but they're going to have a shit ton of fucking money, and you take it from them. So anyway, that's the way I think you should do it. So you don't quit your day job, you're never going to give that up, and then you slowly ramp up as different stages of entrepreneurship warrant it, requiring minimal investment. Like buying a certain amount of inventory, that's not going to be a huge investment. Setting up a website, not a huge investment. Oh, okay, now that worked. Writing a book, that's just a time investment. That's no money there. You write your book. Okay, then maybe you do seminars, I think. Again, not a huge investment. And then, when you got fucking shit ton of money, you build the fucking... And you know what? You could get away with, it is not the building. It is the field. And then that's, the field. And then you just avoided bricks and mortar. You just get a plot of land, and you go out there with tents. Maybe, what is it, the thing? It would be all hippy-dippy. Not a musk. A tarp? Torque? It's this hut. What's the hut? Kazakhstan, Cossack hut? What is it? Tibetan hut. Yurt! A yurt. You get the yurt. Oh, we're going to worship in the yurt. And that's what you do. So anyway, hope that gives you a little bit of a game plan, a little business plan model to follow. Best of luck to you. Tools.